We're talking to Joe Cook of Inside Texas. Make sure you follow him at Joseph Cook 89. Joe, I wanted to ask you this because it's always way too early, and you and the folks over at On 3 have Texas ranked as high as number 3 in the preseason rankings, or way too early, top 25. So let me ask you this. As you looked at what happened in the transfer portal, there's still some things that may come to fruition. I know a lot of people are talking about that offensive lineman that played in the game that went to Westlake, possibly coming back here as a guard, but there's still a couple spots that Texas needs to shore up. But most of it is on the offensive line. Does Texas ranking fall into some of the moves that were made in the transfer portal and the incoming freshmen?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. You know, we can. You're absolutely right, and that the offensive line continues to be a focus. They do need to find some interior players, starting level quality. Because I mean, if they were on the roster last year, we didn't see them. So that's something that they need to find. But that's not a premium position. That's a position they just probably need to. Yeah, you want to get the impact guy. Maybe they're not always there. Maybe they swung and missed a couple times, and so now you got to do your job evaluating and finding what a player you think is really going to be able to take a step forward at Texas. But they do need starting interior offensive linemen. They probably need maybe another linebacker, even with the addition of Marcus Boswell from Akron. But I think number 3 makes a lot of sense. You know, this is still a very talented roster. The core of this team is going to be obviously number 1 with Arch Manning and then Colin Simmons, but a lot of very talented transfers, as we've seen brought in, Cam Coleman, and then the basis or the base set up from some very talented top 5, top 6 recruiting classes, including the number 1 recruiting class from the 2025 cycle. So that makes a lot of sense. Ohio State was number 1. That works for me. I think you can always be pretty safe picking them to be number 1, especially when Jeremiah Smith's over there. And, you know, as long as Matt Patricia sticks around, that's going to be a good defense. Georgia, number 2. Yep, sounds about right to me. The one thing in that list that I thought was really peculiar is LSU at 12.